Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to go over Zero Hour and give my thoughts and opinions on whether or not you should buy this game in 2021. What I'm gonna do to kind of figure out my whole thought process on the game is I'm gonna do a similar thing to what I did in the Northstar, the Operation Northstar video. If you guys didn't see that, it'll be linked below. Basically, I'm gonna go through every single section of this game and kind of pick it apart and rate it based on my opinion on it. So like we're going to be going over gunplay, movement, multiplayer, co-op, maps, and then the price. And then I'll give you guys the average of all those numbers to kind of come to a score overall. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy. If you do, don't forget to like and subscribe. And let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, well the first thing we're going to go over is the gunplay in Zero Hour. And in my opinion, the gunplay in Zero Hour is really solid. The only thing I would kind of suggest them doing is adding more guns, because there's not very many guns in the game currently, and adding more attachments, because right now kind of what I've noticed is kind of an issue with Zero Hour. I mean, at least in the like 2 hours that I've played the game, is that everyone kind of uses the same attachments on all the guns, and everyone kind of uses the same guns. Like the same guns are kind of what everyone's favorite guns are. Everyone typically has the same favorite gun. So I hope that in the future they'll add a lot more guns and attachments. I do know that there's a new in their new update they're wanting to add, I think, 1 or 2 new guns, which is good. But yeah, I'm very, very satisfied with this gunplay. I would say the game's gunplay is a 7.5 out of 10. Okay, so next up is movement. In my opinion, the movement is pretty solid in this game too. I mean, for a tactical shooter, the movement in this game is really, really nice. I do enjoy the movement in this game. I do like a nice down-to-earth tactical shooter. The movement does feel quite realistic. I would say the main problem with it is, in my opinion, the rappelling is quite clunky and feels kind of off at times. But I mean, that's not that big of a deal. The sprinting feels good, stamina feels good. Pretty much everything else about the movement feels pretty solid. I mean, it's definitely not AAA game level movement, but it's definitely solid. So for that reason, I'm going to be giving the movement a 7 out of 10. Okay, next up is the multiplayer game modes, which, in my opinion, the multiplayer game modes can be quite boring. I do not enjoy them nearly as much as the co-op in this game. The co-op in this game is so fun. The multiplayer in this game is okay. It's not bad, but it's not insane in my opinion. I mean, I don't like the multiplayer because it's super slow and it takes a really long time for rounds to play out. Like, I spent a solid 3 minutes waiting on getting into a gunfight because the attackers were trying to clear the building. Now, yes, the multiplayer is intended to be that way because it's a tactical shooter, and I do understand that, but it's just not my cup of tea. I definitely prefer the co-op a lot more. So for that reason, I'm going to put the multiplayer at a 6 out of 10, but don't get me wrong, the multiplayer definitely is not bad. Okay, next up, which is my favorite part of the game in my opinion, co-op. Co-op is just so much fun. The AI kind of needs a little bit of work, but I mean, they've already announced that they're going to be reworking the AI for the next update. And I really do enjoy co-op in this game. Playing, even if you're playing by yourself, just walking through the rooms, clearing the rooms, and the fact that you have to, play this game like realistically in the co-op. You can't just shoot the enemies without them, without giving them a chance. You have to actually give them a chance to surrender and stuff. It's honestly quite fun. I do enjoy the difficulty of it as well. Co-op is really difficult in this game, even at the normal difficulty. But yeah, I'm gonna give co-op an 8 out of 10. This is actually like my favorite part of the game. I do enjoy hopping in Zero Hour at a, just randomly when I'm bored, or even just with my friends and just playing some co-op. It's really fun. Okay, next up is maps. From my experience, the multiplayer maps in this game are quite campy. Like they allow for easy camping, and they're quite big as well. I mean, I haven't played all the maps in the game, I'm going to be honest, so I don't really know everything about it because I haven't played enough co-op to unlock all the maps and stuff. But from my experience with the multiplayer maps, I feel as though the multiplayer maps are a little big, on the bigger side. And also, like I said, if you're on defense, they're likely going to be camping in corners and stuff, which is the point of a tactical shooter, like I said. But simply just because of the fact that I'm not a big fan of multiplayer, I don't really like the maps that much. They're not bad, they look amazing. They look amazing for an indie game. They look great. But in my opinion, I think the maps are like a 6 out of 10. They're not bad. They're definitely better than a lot of other games, but they're not anything to write home about either. Okay, next up is price. Coming in at $12 normally, and on sale, $8. That's really, really good. I picked this game up during the summer sale on Steam, and it was definitely worth the money. $8 for this game is such a steal. This game is like almost AAA level, in my opinion. It's basically I would basically describe it as like a $12 Rainbow Six Siege. I play a lot of Siege, and this game reminds me a lot of it. This kind of reminds me of what Siege was supposed to be at the beginning, kind of. But yeah, this game is definitely worth it. If you guys are considering buying this game for the price, it is definitely worth getting. Okay, so overall, the game comes out to a 7.5 on score. I'm going to be rating other games in the future, so you guys can kind of compare my opinions on each game and stuff. So this game gets a 7.5. I do believe anything basically over a 5, in my opinion, is a good game. But anything below a 5 is kind of a trash game that you shouldn't get. So a 7.5 is honestly a solid rating. It's not, because my big issue with this game, and the reason why I can't put it at like an 8 or a 9, is because there's simply just not enough content right now, in my opinion, guns wise and attachments wise, and which causes there not to be as much replayability as I'd like. And there's also not that many gadgets either. So in my opinion, I think that the game's a 7.5. I think over time the game could potentially go up to like a 9, but right now it's a 7.5. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.